let's talk about you being Jewish real quick.
Let's do that.
Because a lot of people think that like Asher's Jewish.
Right.
He's not. His dad's Jewish. He doesn't really identify. All loves to Jews, but he's not Jewish.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand,
but he wasn't there. He didn't read his portion. First of all,
you didn't have a bar mitzvah.
Come on, are you serious?
You had a hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Just tell it. You don't understand how big you're about to be in the Jew world. Right?
You don't understand how big.
You.
First of all, I live in an all Jewish area. So
where is that?
Forest Hill.
Okay.
I went to a predominantly Jewish school growing up. I definitely had a bar mitzvah in an Italian restaurant, mind you.
My lord.
Yeah.
A nice Italian restaurant?
A very nice Italian restaurant. The song of the night was Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way.
You are younger than me.
Yeah.
I forget about
that. Yeah. And yeah, man, I was in there. I was in synagogue. I had my yarmulke on.
Hebrew school, the whole nine? You did? No Hebrew school?
I didn't. I cheated. I didn't really.
So you just did that? No. Your parents are nice.
Yeah.
So they let you do the bar mitzvah without having to do the fucking Hebrew school.
Mm-hmm.
So your mom's Jewish.
My mother's Jewish. And you know we have great Jewish dinners like Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
First text message you ever sent me. Good Shabbos.
Yep, good Shabbos.
He kept it real.
Yep.
Have you gotten approached yet by like the Jewish media yet?
No, I haven't gotten approached by the Jewish media, but somebody today, who I won't mention, was like, you know how big you're gonna be? And I was like,
wait, was that me 5 minutes ago? I remember saying that.
Somebody's like, you know how big you're gonna be? And he's like, this has never happened before. It's like every Jew is going to just like really embrace.
Well, here's the thing. There are Jews like my dad who like cling to like the biggest reaches. Yeah. Like, you know who's Jewish? Matt Damon. I'm like, no, he's not, Dad. He's definitely not Jewish. And like people reach, and the fact that you actually identify, that's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You're doing something that I could never do.
Okay, what's good, everybody? It's your boy B Watt back at it again, and I appreciate all of you for rocking with your boy today. In this episode, I'm discussing my thoughts on the Drake and Kendrick Lamar hip-hop rap battle. And to start off, let me tell you that this was not at all just a rap battle. At first, I thought it was just a rap battle, but it became very clear to me at a certain point that this conflict between Drake and Kendrick Lamar was a manifestation of the spiritual warfare that is going on in our world today. What am I saying? I'm saying that this was not simply a battle between two MCs. It was also a battle between two different spiritual belief systems. This was not only an egotistical rap battle so that one of these men could call himself the rap GOAT, but it was a battle for the identity, the character, the morale of this thing that we love and call hip-hop. This was most of all a battle for the programming of the minds of the entire world. Hip-hop, since its inception, has had such a major influence on the subconscious minds of the general public. Hip-hop influences the thought patterns and behaviors of not only the youth, but grown people too. A lot of adults still listen to rap artists, even the younger rappers. So whether most adults would admit it or not, we are at least moderately familiar with most of the larger, younger rap artists. Most adults do know who NBA Youngboy is. We probably know a few of his songs, all right? Because it's not like they don't play NBA Youngboy in the clubs and the lounges and the stuff that grown people go to, all right? So understand that when Kdot is saying that Drake is not like us, you really have to understand what he is saying to us. Kendrick Lamar on his song Damn proclaimed to the world that he was a black Israelite. He said, quote unquote, I'm an Israelite. Don't call me black no more. That word is only a color. It ain't facts no more. Okay, and as many of you know, Drake identifies as a Jew also. I'm actually being facetious, y'all. What I meant to say is that Drake identifies as Jew-ish. Like, what time are we going to lunch? Maybe 6-ish? Not exactly 6, but something like 6. That's important to understand here. A major question in the Jewish community, how is Drake Jewish?
Wasn't cool in high school. What made you uncool?
I just didn't, it wasn't that I wasn't cool, it was that the kids that were cool, I wasn't on their wavelength, which made me sort of uncool, I guess. So like, you know, it was, I just always felt like an outsider. I went, when I was in Forest Hill, you know, it was an all Jewish school, like, and just being biracial, but still being Jewish, so I was like kind of connected to the kids, but like sort of distant. And when when kids are young, they don't necessarily comprehend everything.
Right.
So it can get a little cruel and a little mean.
You get teased a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I got it, I got it, definitely.
Were you raised Jewish by your mom?
Not like, not like Orthodox Jew or like extremely religious Jewish. I was, I mean, we celebrated every holiday and I actually had a bar mitzvah. But yeah, I mean, I was raised in a Jewish household, I would say. But my mother's my mother was always like, you do what makes you happy. You be with who you want to be with, and as long as you're happy, as long as you're safe, and you're not bringing trouble into my home, we're good.
Understand that the Jewish community asking Drake, how Jewish are you really? Is like the black community asking Kendrick Lamar, how blackish are you really? Either you're black or not. Either you're a Jew or not. And also, Drake saying that he is not an Orthodox Jew is like a Christian saying, I don't really read the Bible that much. So what am I getting at here? I'm getting at the fact that Kendrick Lamar has self-proclaimed himself as a black Israelite. These are the people of color who believe that they are the true descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. Did you hear what I just said? These people believe that they are the true descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. I understand that most black people in America have probably never heard of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's a problem. Remember, as black people in America, our identities were stolen from us. Our names, our family lineages, our spiritual practices were all stolen from us. Understand that as we exist today in America as black Americans, we have been captured, enslaved, and successfully indoctrinated into the spiritual practices and identities that we were given to us by our enemies. So I would imagine now it hits a little bit differently when you hear Drake use the N-word, when you hear Drake make all these whips and chains and you're trying to free the slave sort of diss lines against Kendrick Lamar. Okay, let's think about this for a second. If the black Israelites and Kendrick Lamar believe that they are the true people of God, if they believe that they are the true Jews, then who do you think that they believe are the false people of God? Who do the black Israelites believe the fake Jews to be? Drake and Kendrick Lamar are really two completely different men with two completely different upbringings and two completely different codes of morality. Drake is light-skinned. I'm just joking, but for real, Drake is a celebrity status driven, money driven, vagina driven human being. And I forgot who said this, but the best analogy I ever heard for Drake was that his music was something like McDonald's, It tastes good, you get that instant hit of dopamine, but there's no other substance. It's not good for you. And yet, it keeps you coming back to get that instant feeling of fun again. So, what is Drake's music about? It's about status, money, women, vajayjay. He is in the strip club in Houston. He's in the strip club in Atlanta. He's dating this chick in Toronto. He's with this chick in LA, That's all. I kid you not. I have literally heard exotic dancers out of their own mouth say that Drake influenced them to dance. So we have a man who's a rapper who has used his platform essentially to brainwash women into degrading themselves. You know what I'm saying? Drake is often criticized by people for never having anything to say about any important issues. You hear black people bringing up the fact that he never speaks on any issues that are important to black people. It was said that Drake has never shown up to have anything to say about anything going on in society with black people or anything other than himself. Now, some people may find it interesting that this is also said about Drake in the Jewish community. A fellow Jewish person who I don't feel like mentioning his name or acknowledging his channel right now, okay? But he criticized Drake for not speaking out on the Hamas attacks. This person asked, Has anyone noticed that the most famous Jewish person on earth, Drake, has not said a single thing about the Gaza-Israel conflict? So basically, we can see that this dude does not ever have anything of substance to add to the conversation anytime. Never. And this is why Drake ultimately lost this battle. Okay? He's so simple-minded, okay? He didn't even realize that this was not a battle about who had the hottest bars, you know? This was a battle about morality. This was a battle about character, about manhood. This was a battle about the essence and meaning, okay? The influence, the legacy of hip hop, which is intrinsically tied in with the history of African American people in America. Okay? We have let Aubrey Graham, Drizzy Drake, culture vulture off of us for long enough. So I am very, very satisfied, okay, with what Kendrick Lamar has done. They Not Like Us is my jam for the summertime. I gotta be honest with you, all right? And while this video is not about these wild allegations that have been levied towards Drizzy Drake, trust and assure that that episode is coming soon, okay? So as always, I'm interested to know what you all think. Who do you think won this rap battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drizzy Drake? Did you perceive the spiritual implications of this rap battle? Or was it not even that deep for you? Okay? Hop in the comments and let me know. All right? Tap in with me. And if you appreciate this video, if you enjoyed this video, please do not hesitate to visit www.cancelby.com and sign up with me there for more exclusive content. And as always, listen, like, subscribe, and tune in again to another episode of Cancel BY.